I'm trying to remember another movie I watched.
Good luck.
If you went through every movie you watched from the time we last recorded to now, we'd still be recording tomorrow.
Oh my god! I can't be alive
Absolutely.
without a movie in the background.
I got that way, and then this last month I got myself out of it. Honestly, no. I've just been watching fucking Buffy, like, religiously.
I've been watching The Office a lot. And then season 2 of the Dairy Girls. Yeah.
What the fuck is Dairy Girls?
There's only like 4
Actually,
episodes.
Eric,
of that
you would
shit.
like it. It's like, how did you describe it?
90s
90s
Ireland.
Irish girls?
Yeah.
I'm out. I hated the 90s.
Teens.
I don't like the 90s
It's
at
the
all. I
90s.
was so glad when it was over.
Love the 90s.
What was good about it?
He was a teenager then.
Yeah. The lack of responsibility.
For
and
you.
bills. I can't help it that you're 55 years old and you were 30 in the 90s.
Back in my 30s, in the 90s.
I was a CPA at the time.
I was with my first wife.
Wait, did you hear that?
What?
Sounds like there's someone downstairs.
Might be a kid.
There's a kid here?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
What?
Ghost kid.
It's a ghost. This house is haunted as fuck.
It feels like it.
Dude, the first night, like, me and my brother moved everything, and I was just fucking, like, wrecked. And then I took a shower, laid down, and as soon as I, like, closed my eyes, the smoke alarm battery dead thing went off.
Yeah.
And I was like, you motherfucker. And then so I got up and, like, fucking switched it out. Luckily, I had, like, a 9-volt on me. And then the second night, I laid down to go to bed, and then I woke up 3 in the morning, and the other smoke alarm in the kids' room was, like, battery dead.
Damn.
And I had to, like, take it and, like, put it in the garage because it kept beeping. This house hates me.
So do you think there's like some paranormal activity, or they just originally put the batteries in at the same time and they're dying together?
I think it's coincidental that they die as soon as we, like, get in the house. And Ashley's
it's
dad
ghost
came
shit.
and, like, switched the batteries.
Oh, he gave you dead batteries.
Yeah. He's like, fuck you,
I
prick.
would get these out of the remote and put it in their smoke alarm.
Teach you to sex my daughter.
Oh, fuck. All right. Howdy, y'all. And welcome to Cult of Horror. We're a maybe monthly horror podcast.
We gotta
If
get
it's
back on
ever-
track.
Huh?
We gotta get back on track.
Whenever the fuck we feel like recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
so
it's mostly my fault.
I mean, to be fair, it's been a hell of a month.
Like 2 months.
So we posted the last one like late June.
Mid-June.
A lot of things have happened. I mean, Elliott moved for like a goddamn month.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty much mostly it.
That's
Elliot.
mostly what it is. And then I had shit going on. Eric had shit going on. Actually, I don't think Eric had anything going on, so it's
He was
just me
just
and Elliott.
lying in wait.
Mhm.
You
I
know,
just thought we quit. I was like, fuck it, we
Yeah,
suck.
I haven't heard
We're
from
just
anybody.
not
so
gonna do this anymore.
went home to his wife and was like, I got nothing to do.
Even my coworkers were like, "Hey, are you still doing that podcast we don't listen to?"
My boss, he used to listen to it all the time, and like I'd come in Monday and he'd like start talking about it, and then like nothing anymore.
It's like we have nothing to talk about now.
Yeah,
Get back to work.
It's awkward. He's just like, you're fired.
Elliott steals.
Just hearts, baby.
Just hard.
But yeah, because I took the kids on vacation, and then that's when the June episode posted.
Yeah.
And then I came back, and all my weekends for like 5 weekends were spent like working on the house.
I'm glad you're all moved and back, in the saddle here.
And I just gotta unpack.
You got to ride, baby.
Frame stuff. Been busy. Too busy for our 4 fans.
Yeah, all 4 of you. I bet you're real sad.
My mom is very upset.
I need to hear my son cuss at least twice a month on air.
Keeps me honest. Keeps me feeling like I have something to work towards.
So what have you been up to?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Fucking just working. And then I know you replace your tile, so that's about it, right?
Oh, so I do have a little bit of funny story for you dog lovers. So I decided to replace the carpet at my man cave. Put some hardwood floor down. I thought it was going to take me, 5-6 hours tops. That was last weekend. I'm still working on it. But my older dog, she's about 10 years old. She saw me ripping the carpet out.
Ripping ass.
Well, she, she's a very helpful dog. She decided she was going to help me by tearing the carpet out of the living room, which I had no intentions of replacing anytime soon. So I'll be replacing the carpet in my living room too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Kids.
Oh my god.
So let's get into the trailers and
Yeah.
current topics.
All right. So we're going to talk about some of the recent current events that have been happening. And honestly, there's been a lot. There's been a lot.
Why is he saying it like that?
I mean, there's just so much going on. So,
Excited.
there's been a lot of news, a lot of trailers that have come out. 3 from Hell, The Lighthouse, which is from the director of The Witch.
I'm psyched about The Lighthouse.
It Too.
It Too. Yeah, we should
There's
get
several trailers for that.
So what's up with that? Somewhere I heard that there's going to be a lot of nudity in it. Oh, there's going to be nudity.
Oh
in it?
yeah, because did you see the trailer?
No. Well,
You didn't see
yeah,
the trailer
but I
for it
didn't
too?
see.
Where there's two trailers. But like the
main
old
one.
lady
I just saw
one?
the old lady one.
Well,
The old lady
she's
is
gonna
naked.
be naked.
The old lady's
Oh,
butt
but
ass
it's not
naked.
like sexually naked.
Well, no.
Like it's
Oh, I mean
it's
the
basically
human
like
form is.
There's gonna be
gross.
swinging
It's just-
dongs too, man.
it's like this shining.
ready for
naked.
that?
It's supposed to be like harder. It's also supposed to be like 3 hours long.
Yeah, it's
That's
2 hours
fine,
45 minutes.
But my 11-year-old niece is like just blossoming into her horror phase,
Oh, okay.
and she really liked it, and she's really stoked about watching the new one. And I
Okay.
don't want to take her if there's going to
Take
be
her.
a bunch of sex.
So
I mean,
There's
fucking-
not gonna
murder
be a
and
bunch of
stuff is
sex.
fine,
you
but
can't dip your toe in a horror. You jump in the deep end and drown, baby.
That's true.
Hey, think about the fucked up shit that you watched when you were 11. So you're not gonna do nothing to her.
Yeah.
well, look at me now.
Yeah, you
I don't want
want
her to
that to
turn out
happen
like
to her.
me.
making enough money to redo all your floors.
Yeah.
You're successful. He's
Fucking
probably gonna get
living room
sued
now.
by his niece.
But
But yeah, the I'm torn on the It 2 trailer and whether that shit looks good or not.
I agree.
I didn't really like a lot of what I saw in the trailer, but then I'm also thinking if it's 3 hours long, there's a lot of cool shit that they're not showing.
What I'm thinking is that, yeah, one, there's a lot of cool shit they're not seeing, but I also think they're going to do the bait and switch that I think you and I were talking about,
Like the Avengers trailers where it's like,
where none of those scenes were
yeah.
actually in there.
yeah, fake
Yeah.
scenes.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
like, I think there's 2 trailers out now. We saw the old lady one in the theater, and Ashley was like, she got creeped out.
Yeah,
Just on
Kinsey
that alone.
got really creeped out too.
Old people are fucking creepy in horror movies.
They are.
Especially when they move all spastic.
Yeah, when they move all crazily like
All
that.
crazy. They already
Yeah.
move crazy, but when they move like a different kind of crazy,
Yeah, if you move crazy like not the crazy I'm used to. That's weird.
but it's very Shining-esque that they get this naked
Speak-
old lady.
Speaking of that, there was the Doctor Sleep trailer.
Doctor Sleep. That
That looks good.
I'm conflicted.
I'm confused. You can tell by my stammering that I'm extremely
Well,
confused.
you stammer a lot. I don't know.
No, because it's based on the book, but they're showing scenes from a movie that has nothing to do with the original book. Because they're showing stuff from like Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, but
Right.
Doctor Sleep is a Stephen King book, and The Shining book was not like this
At all.
It's not like The Shining Stanley Kubrick.
At
so,
all, yeah.
But they have them going back to like the whole "Here's Johnny" scene.
Yeah.
So they have scenes from their Stanley Kubrick. So I'm really confused on what direction they're going to go with it.
So from my understanding, they are going to have it be a direct sequel to Kubrick's Shining.
Yeah, it's Danny as an adult.
But I can kind of see where Elliott's coming from because there was another Shining that was more to the book. That is like the miniseries Shining.
They're
Is it gonna
showing
be
Stanley
more-
Kubrick stuff, but
Yeah, because it's going to be a direct sequel based off Kubrick's.
is it even going to be a horror movie? Do you think?
It does not look like a horror
It's going to
movie.
be a sci-fi thriller.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's space. Yeah, he's probably a robot. Danny's probably a robot by this.
Accurate.
If he grows up, if it's Danny in the future grown up, then why is it's definitely future stuff. He's probably gonna be part cyborg. He's probably gonna have like there's gonna be laser gun fights. It's gonna be like The Shining and Blade Runner probably. Let's talk about that fucking Maverick. Speaking of Iceman, huh?
You can go goose yourself right now.
What? I'm not picking up what he's.
You're not putting up.
He's
Top Gun 2, bitch.
There's a Top Gun sequel?
Yeah, 30 years later, it's jumping on the bandwagon of all the other movies that are 30
Are you
years later.
serious? When did it come out? When is it going to come out?
Soon. Who gives a fuck? Tom Cruise is like, I only have like $400 billion. I'd like
I need
$600 billion.
600 billion.
Yeah, he has entire religion to support.
That's true.
He's
It costs money to move up.
It does. I seen it.
If he wants to be a robot made of light, he's got to pay it.
What is it? Xenon light?
Xenon the sequel, baby.
Fucking Xenon Hercules, that crossover, that costs money. You got to pay both those actors. They're both leads.
God.
What about the trailer to Rabid, the remake with the Soska sisters?
We got to talk about that.
That looked really good. I'm just like, CM Punk though, like.
Yeah, no, but the
why
thing.
Would you?
Did you hear about the Twitter thing, right?
What Twitter thing? I didn't hear anything about Twitter.
They banned they banned.
Oh, I heard they got banned for something.
Yeah, they got banned for just the trailer for being so fucking gory and offensive.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Is that why?
Yes. And they think that they're being like fucking targeted and shit, and maybe they are.
Maybe they are. I mean, the one thing I do like about them is they speak out a lot about all the sexual, misconduct that goes on in Hollywood and behind the scenes, and they're standing up for women's rights and all the stuff that goes unsaid. They're saying it. And,
and Twitter is like,
I mean, they probably are getting blacklisted. I wouldn't. And they, they speak up on the Weinsteins and all that stuff.
It was just the fucking trailer, or so they say. So they say.
So I'm a huge fan of American Mary, and
American Mary was great, dude.
so I'm ready for this Rabid remake.
Did you see the trailer for The Lighthouse?
No, I didn't.
It's pretty.
But I saw the trailer for Zombieland 2.
Yeah, Zombieland 2's coming out.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool.
It looks like some rehashed jokes.
Yeah,
but I enjoyed Zombieland, so I'm probably gonna watch it.
I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I just, Zombieland's not like my favorite.
You hate zombies.
Yeah, that's probably why it's not my favorite.
That bothers me so much about you.
Well,
missing
when we do our
somebody.
fucking I Hate episode, which we'll do sometime soon, then
You're missing so many classic movies. I was trying to explain to him, like there was I forgot what was it. Graveyard who put that? Like there was the zombie, like Lucio Fulci zombie T-shirt that was fucking awesome, and he didn't get the reference. He didn't understand what the zombie was. I was like, that's a fucking badass shirt, and he's like, never seen it.
I probably got the DVD in my car right now.
Fuck, I got the DVD downstairs. You should fucking get that Blu-ray steelbook, dude. No joke, no joke.
So when the Dawn of the Dead remake movie came out,
I watched it.
The Zack Snyder, I had gone through like a 3-year period of all nothing but zombie movies. Like I was so into fucking zombie movies.
Well, then you're
then
lucky,
Dawn of the Dead came out. It was like God was paying attention to me and was like, Eric, here you go. We're gonna add to it, and I'm finally gonna give you that one thing in life that's good.
That Dawn of the Dead
besides
remake
my wife, I love you,
point.
baby.
That was a good movie. My wife.
I mean, when I watched it when I was a kid, I was just like, it's all right.
When you were a kid, that's what kills me. I was like 42, I think, when it came out.
Wait, you watched Dawn of the Dead remake?
Yeah.
But you haven't seen the original Dawn of the Dead?
No.
Damn it.
So me and my best friend had double dates to go see that movie, and we ditched them to go by ourselves.
Wow.
Damn, dude. So you missed like all the references in that movie.
Yeah.
Damn, you're fucking lame.
Yeah, I know. I don't care about zombies, man.
But you saw the remake.
You're a vampire guy, aren't you?
As long as they sparkle.
I'm more of a vampire, yeah.
Yeah.
Like my vampires to sparkle, baby. Twinkle in the sun.
Like the rhinestones in the back pocket of your jeans.
Ain't no other way. But yeah, what other trailers came out?
3 from Hell.
Yeah, I didn't see it though.
I saw it.
I saw it, and I liked those movies. I liked House of a Thousand Corpses much more than The Devil's Rejects.
That was a bad movie.
Elliott,
I felt like that was a gimme to the fans, is what that was.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's what this is too. But The first one was like such a big like homage to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I really enjoyed what he did with it. Movie creeped me out. I thought it was badass. So, I mean, I'm a huge fan of Rob Zombie, and I watch everything he makes. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna watch it.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Doesn't mean I'm gonna like it.
I'm probably gonna enjoy it, but I'm not gonna run to fucking buy it or blow him or anything again.
I'll see when I see it. I'm spacing on other trailers that came out.
Yeah, there's been some news.
Ready or not.
Oh, I don't give a shit about
that. That was funny when I saw that trailer. I saw it with my wife, and I was like, fuck this, I'm not watching it. My wife's like, fuck you, we're watching it.
That's what my girlfriend said too.
Yeah.
Really? That's kind of weird.
The ladies like the Ready or Not.
Is it because
I want to
it's
watch
like a
it.
female protagonist?
I'd want to see it.
No, I mean, and that's fine. I love female protagonists, but it looks like a fucking comedy. Like
it's a dark comedy, yeah. That's exactly what it is.
No, but I don't know. It doesn't seem.
Murder.
It looks like it looks like Clue.
Games, dude.
It's more like You're Next, like Hunger Games style shit.
It's more like Clue. It's like Clue with more
Clue's
murder.
a fucking awesome movie. You don't like Clue?
No, I like Clue. It's just like I'd rather watch a horror movie.
This is kind of a horror movie.
It's kind of not.
It's a funny horror movie. They never made that before. It's like Shaun of the Dead. Also, the new Blade was announced. Anybody hear about that? Blade?
Yeah.
From Puppet Master? There's going to be a new one?
No, Blade, the Daywalker.
Wesley
Snipes is
not going to be Blade.
Yeah, Wesley. Okay, duh. Okay, like, he's old. Like, if you're a vampire and you don't go old.
But he's half vampire, so it's okay for him to age.
I guess that's true, but still, like, Wesley Snipes was a dick on, like, Blade Trinity. You guys ever see that
interview? Yeah, he was unlikable in that one.
Yeah, like, he wouldn't talk to the director. He gave him, like, notes on, like, Post-its. He refused to open his eyes, so they had to, like, open his eyes digitally in CGI. Like, he was a dick. So, like, yeah, no shit you're not going to be Blade because you fucked it up the last time. Because he thought he was Blade. Like,
yeah, and I'll agree the new guy they got has better acting chops.
Yeah, Herschel Ali, I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but he already has, like, 2 Oscars, I think.
Yeah.
So, like, that's going to be badass. I'd like to see a Blade that can act.
Imagine a
I liked Blade.
Oscar-winning Blade movie.
I like Blade 2, but that was Guillermo del Toro, so.
That's right.
I'm just really hoping that they don't make it super action-y.
It's a fucking Marvel movie, dude.
No, I fucking understand it's a Marvel. First of all, it's going to be like a Marvel show. And so I hope they don't do the whole like Marvel bullshit where it's like super action.
I hope it turns out Iron Man has turned into a vampire and he didn't really die.
That's what they'll probably do.
Wait,
Iron Man died?
I haven't seen Endgame. Way to go.
I haven't even seen the one before Endgame.
I haven't seen Endgame or the one before, Beginning Game. I haven't seen either one.
Yeah, what's some other news?
Guillermo del Toro got himself a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
About
finally recognized.
Time.
Hopefully it's not next to Trump's, because people defecate on that one.
Oh, then it'll just smear and
yeah.
Why gotta bring politics into it, man? Come on.
Politics.
It's a politics-free zone.
Politics is bae. Who's that?
Did I kid? Am I doing kid stuff?
Is that what the kids say?
Say psych.
My hip. Flare. And horror Halloween news. 2 sequels were announced for Halloween. Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. I don't know if that's.
Ow!
I don't know if that's the official titles.
Stop.
Yeah. Hunter hates zombies, loves Michael Myers.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
Be honest.
I'm gonna be vulnerable. I'm gonna be honest. Blumhouse could shit out a Halloween movie every year, and I'd be fucking stoked. I'd eat that shit.
That's what Paramount did with Friday the 13th. Made a bucket of money.
Yeah, I know. Because they know what the people want.
That was the 80s, though. It was the 80s money.
It's the 80s right now.
I don't know. I enjoyed that. The Halloween 2019, is that the last
you enjoyed
one?
it?
I enjoyed it.
I didn't realize there were so many people that didn't like it.
There's a lot of people that don't like it.
Yeah, I don't
enjoyed
get that.
it.
I thought it was good.
I watched it recently, and Ashley came home and was all like, how are they going to make a sequel? Like, he just got burnt up. I was like, did you see him get burnt? She's like, yeah. And so, like, I watched the end. It's like, no, that fucker didn't get burnt up. He's mangled as fuck. That's my only concern is, like, okay, he's not dead from the Jamie Lee Curtis trial. I guess spoilers if you haven't seen that. Anyways,
Who cares?
so he's mangled as fuck because he got like his hand blown off. Half his hand's gone. So that's already going to be a thing that they got a continuity in with the sequels.
You get a chainsaw.
Get a chainsaw hand. We've seen that. I've seen that like a good 2 times.
3 times. I saw it about 3 times.
And,
4 actually.
Hell
and then he's gonna get burnt up somehow. So that mask should be gone. That mask should be melted to his head.
Yeah, which is something I wish had fucking happened when I was younger. I saw Halloween Resurrection and I was like, oh man, that would be so kick ass to have like a sequel to where like the mask is burnt on his fucking face.
It's
I've
flame
always wanted
retardant.
that.
So like, there's a mask.
It's like rubber, dude. Nah.
No, it's flame retardant.
It's latex, but just
Flame
the heat.
retardant
Even if the
latex.
fire didn't touch it, the heat alone in that basement should like melted it to his head.
To his fucking
Which
face.
is there gonna be a new Michael Myers mask based on that? Because there's a different mask in every single movie, and like the 2019 one, his mask is like the old man, like wrinkled up, vintage mask. So are they gonna go forward with a even more fucked up mask?
Yeah, probably.
But then that kind of, if it doesn't look like Michael Myers, is it Michael Myers?
Yes.
It still is.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it? I
Yes.
can't watch like a lot of Halloweens because the masks are so bad. One of them was fucking pink, so fuck.
Which
that.
one was pink?
I don't.
I've never seen one that's pink.
You go back and watch Halloween. There's a pink one with white hair.
I've watched all of them recently.
I will go watch them for you, and I will tell you the scene where there's
Fucking do it then.
I think it's like 5 or 4 because if you watch the documentaries, there's like a documentary on like the middle Halloweens that no one cares about, and
It was the lighting.
they ordered the masks, and the guy said they came in pink with white hair, and it actually ended up in the movie, and he's
His
like,
budget restraints.
yeah, because the dude was like, I'm sorry. That was my bad, everybody. But yeah, so back on topic. Are we gonna? You have 2 more sequels, and then they're gonna like quote unquote end it, which we've heard before.
They've already said that they want to do a
Yeah,
Halloween like
forever.
ever, forever, but we'll see what happens.
And,
I don't
like-
know. I'm stoked. I'm fucking stoked.
I think everybody's already signed on too,
Yeah. It's
Why
gonna
the fuck
turn
not?
out.
like Nick Castle and all that shit.
It's gonna turn out.
Hell yeah. What else
it
is Nick
really
Castle-
Is her brother.
Yeah,
Nick Castle hasn't really worked too much since Halloween.
he's not an actor.
No, he's
just
a
a dude
stunt
that
man.
walked cool.
No, he's a stunt guy. Actually, when I watched the Halloween panel at Frightmare, basically he was just like, "How should I walk? Like I want to walk crazy," and then like John Carpenter was like, "Nick, just fucking walk, dude." And that's like his natural walk.
Yeah, because Jason is chill, or not Jason, Michael Myers.
Damn, you're out.
Jason.
You're out.
I'm
Dude.
out.
Sorry.
Jason
but
Kruger.
Jason.
is the but like
I want to
is
make a shirt that says Jason Kruger.
Is Mitchell Myers is it gonna be
Stephanie
like
Myers?
a new Mitchell Myers?
Yeah.
Is it gonna be a new one?
No.
Is he gonna
He's
look?
wear an
Well,
Austin
is he,
Powers mask.
he's gonna have a chainsaw. Well, he's gonna have a chainsaw arm, and he's gonna have like
what's-
a Skeletor face.
Yeah, where are they gonna go with this?
Hockey mask. He's gonna wear a hockey mask.
He's probably gonna wear a hockey mask. Because he's probably gonna like uppercut
catcher,
his way
baseball
out of the
catcher's
fire
mask.
basement to get out, and then he's gonna like try to get out of the house. He's gonna find a catcher's mask. He's gonna put that shit on, and then boom, that's merchandise. It's beautiful.
Probably gonna get like pieces of floor melted into his
Yeah.
face.
And
It'll
he's
be
like
wood
running
face.
to the house. He trips. He falls on gummy bears. He's got gummy bears and like sprinkles and Skittles and shit stuck in there.
Gummy face.
Gummy face.
God damn it. Well, all right. Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
I mean,
Just go back to where we were.
American Horror Story is doing that.
Oh yeah, I
84.
fucking want to talk about that. 1984.
That's what I was kind of referencing. It's the 80s now. Everybody's into the 80s all of a sudden.
Stranger Things.
Hell yeah, brother.
But why 84? They're like everything's 84. Like they had a fucking summer of 84 movie. Like why'd they make it so specific to 84? Why is everybody?
Isn't
on
that when you
84?
were born?
No.
Maybe that's when like slasher horror like had a big, like maybe
That
that,
was
that
80
was the year.
82.
I don't know, but like
81.
that-
I'm going to go with 81.
But
I don't know.
This is the only season of American Horror Story that I'm kind of psyched about because it's at a camp. It's a fucking camp slasher. They already
Yeah,
said.
it literally looks like a ripoff of
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th, but also like every.
Yeah. Well, everything is.
So
Which is a ripoff of The Burning.
Yeah.
I hope so. I really hope they do. What if they remake The Burning?
I hope they
as
throw
the
all
season?
of it in there. I hope just like any camp
hell yeah.
movie ever, they just like slip away The Burning, Friday the 13th.
Like an androgynous male in there.
Hell
Just
yeah.
throw it all, throw it everything.
Oh, that's
in
all
there.
they do is put androgynous males in
Yeah,
there.
it's American Horror Story, anyways.
Yeah, dude.
It's the only one that I'm like interested in seeing.
I'm fairly hopeful for it. I just don't know. I'm hopeful from afar. you know. So yeah, what else?
Oh, I think that's it for news.
Cool.
Go back to the movies.
Movies.
Whose
All
turn is it? You got
All
it.
right.
Talk about stuff,
Yeah,
dude. Talk
get into
about
your
it.
shit. You're first.
Talk about
first
it.
boy.
Talk about it.
It's 9:00. Let's go.
Oh, now you're gonna rush? So, howdy. It's
Hey.
my turn.
What's up?
So,
Nobody cares.
I know. Yeah, seriously. You can want to skip ahead 5 minutes, 32 seconds, and anyway. So, this has been one of the few months where I haven't watched a new horror movie in like every day. So I haven't really watched too much, but I did watch two different things, and hopefully Eric ended up seeing the movie I'm going to talk about. So I want to talk about Darlin.
Darlin.
Darlin. Now, Darlin, if you don't know, is the new direct sequel to The Woman 2011,
The one with Nicole Kidman, right?
by Lucky McGee, and it just came out. And I watched it on Amazon. I had to rent it. And kind of the plot. I'll start with The Woman. If you haven't seen The Woman is about a woman who...
About a woman.
who is the last remaining member of a cannibalistic tribe.
The group of feral people.
A group of feral cannibals that lives in America. I know, it's shocking. So basically, The Woman was about her getting captured. You know, I don't want to spoil too much if you haven't seen it, but basically that's the gist. Darlin is a direct sequel about a young girl who gets dropped off at a hospital, and this girl's about 13, 14, something like that. Somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there.
And this girl is feral, just like the woman from the original The Woman. And
Woman from The Woman.
basically she's rabid and you know, really going nuts. And so the hospital tries to, you know, kind of sedate her and like try to figure out what's going on with her. Well, soon after, word gets out that the hospital is harboring this minor who's been living in the forest like as a fucking savage for years and years and years, it seems like. So naturally, the Catholic Church wants to turn her into kind of a success recovery story, like some kind of symbol of you know, kind of the good that God can do or something of that
the
nature.
church can do, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. It kind of gets a little messed up. Not as crazy as The Woman, but really there are a few scenes that some of you horror fans are really gonna like. I guess I'm already going into what I think about the movie. Mm-hmm. So.
So The Woman, I saw The Woman. I did not care for The Woman.
Did you really not
Really?
care for The Woman?
Did see The Woman. Did not care for
What
The Woman.
part of the... Well, that's beside the point for right now. Dude, I actually just recently watched The Woman before this movie because I was like, well, you know what?
to.
Darlin, I've seen the trailer. I want to see it. You know, let's watch The Woman. I will say The Woman, in my opinion, far superior film. And it is fucking like savage, and I didn't expect it... did not expect it to go down the way that it went down. So,
Right.
you know, I would highly recommend. This is a conditional, I guess, recommendation because I would not recommend seeing Darlin unless you've seen The Woman. And I would go so far to say is if you didn't like The Woman, you're probably not going to like Darlin.
I didn't like Darlin anyways.
You didn't like Darlin anyway?
I don't have the right words to say for that movie. I can tell Lucky McGee was missing.
Yeah, I could see that.
I know he was involved, but he was missing. And
He was
It tr-
lucky. What's Lucky McGee?
Just shut your mouth.
Is that your name of your cat?
You're not going to talk for the next 2 minutes, okay?
Yeah.
He also made May.
Yeah, he did make May,
May?
which May's great.
Yeah, it was a way better movie. May was good.
Listen.
It wasn't a bad movie. It just felt like Lucky McGee was missing.
I could agree with that.
It tried to go the same way the woman went, and it didn't.
I feel like it did a good job of starting in that direction because it felt kind of like the same direction with the woman. You know, the whole like gritty, like putting fucking humanity at the forefront of like who's really the
right.
you know the evil. Who's the real evil? Is it humanity? Or is it cannibalism? Or is it both in just different ways? It's both in different ways. So I felt that in Darlin. However, I kind of agree with you. Lucky was missing because it didn't have that like brutality in like every scene, that savagery. You know,
and his soundtrack. He always
that too. Yeah. The soundtrack was fucking terrible in Darlin. It was awful.
I'm glad you said that.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
Like, it really took me out of it. I don't know. The thing is, I like this movie. I do. I do not think it was a great movie by any means, but I don't mind it as a follow-up to The Woman because The Woman left so many unanswered questions.
I didn't like the direction it took. It should have went a different way.
I didn't mind it. I did not mind it. I thought it was a really interesting take on it. To kind of see what it was like to live as this cannibal person, you know, for essentially what is your whole life, quote unquote. And it kind of showed another side to how, you know, humanity has evils in it. Now, I don't think it went far enough because that's another piece where
that could
Lucky,
yeah,
without Lucky, I don't think it went far enough. There were some truly fucking shocking parts in there.
The girl giving birth.
The fucking dude, the girl giving birth, the bleach scene, fucking. There were some scenes in there where I'm like, oh shit,
yeah,
this is great.
I'd have to say all the pieces were there; they just weren't placed correctly.
I agree with that. I don't think that they led. I don't think the pacing was right, or like it didn't seem logical.
Was this Pollyanna McIntosh's first
yes,
her directorial debut?
Absolutely, it was. Which
I think
for
it's a good start.
That's great because all the pieces, like you said, all the pieces were there. Tying them together, not so much.
No.
And I think that's the downfall of this movie. I like the direction. I just wish it was more cohesive. I really do. That's my personal opinion on it. I would highly recommend watching The Woman. And if you like The Woman, I would say definitely give Darlin a shot. I'd probably give it maybe a 6. A light 6. But yeah, I really like the direction it went. And I also recommend Buffy because I've been watching a lot of Buffy.
The Vampire Slayer?
Hell fucking yeah. That show's the shit. It's all on Hulu. But that's all I'm going to say about that.
Sorry, Dad.
Did y'all hear they are remaking Event Horizon?
It's going to be a
show.
series
As a TV
on Amazon.
On it. Here's my thing. I fucking love that idea. However, Amazon has historically fucking awful shows.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there.
Fucking name one.
The Boys. Have you seen The Boys?
No.
Fucking weird Avengers.
Okay.
It's pretty badass.
All right, I'll watch it.
They're superheroes, and they have a group like the Avengers, and they're all basically ripoffs. Yeah. I mean, the main guy's name is Homelander, and he's Captain America and Superman in one. They have Aquaman, Wonder Woman by different names.
Yeah.
But it's more to what real life. I mean, they've got secrets. They're dirtbags.
So it's kind of like Watchmen.
It's kind of like Watchmen, but not as dark and a little bit more realistic. And
it's like corrupt. But yeah, what do you think about that, Elliott? Event Horizon TV show remake?
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, like, I think they could
It's
do
like a
it
free
way
country
better
or whatever.
now than they did, like, in the fucking 90s, you know?
Like, Event Horizon wasn't
Like, they didn't go
a
deep
bad
enough.
movie.
You didn't like Event Horizon?
I did. It's not like the greatest movie, but I saw that
it's-
shit in theaters.
It's not. Like, what I really liked about Event Horizon is, like, the space haunting shit, or space demons.
Space hell.
creepy, and
Space
it's
hell.
like It's like you get claustrophobic and creeped out, and it fucks with your brain.
It does, yeah.
I want like
If
an
you have
uncut
one.
Blu-ray of Event Horizon because they cut so much gore out. I remember
Yeah.
Fangoria. That was in the cover. Like Fangoria is just like Event Horizon, and then they have like uncut scenes.
Dude,
and
that
shit.
scene with the eyes in the hand, like that, kept me from sleeping for years. I still haven't slept.
That scene, that scene where it gives you like the vision of hell is like probably one of the creepiest scenes I've seen ever. And I saw it when I was a kid.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
the
I forgot what
Jurassic
that
Park
movie
guy.
was.
The Jurassic Park guy did
Yeah.
really good in that fucking movie, dude.
He was so,
He was so good,
I love that.
so
Love
good,
that.
Yeah, that dude was all like Liberate May,
bitch.
but he was actually saying Liberate to May. So
They're completely different. They're
fucking
two completely different.
figure that shit out. That's a fucking Event Horizon.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if you need, what's the quickest, way to get to point A to point B? A fucking straight line? No, some bitch folds the paper.
Folded paper.
Folded the paper.
Folded paper, dude.
You didn't think reality was gonna fucking bend?
Dude,
Damn.
my whole world collapsed.
But yeah, I
when he
remember
did
like my
that
brother
shit.
had the Fangoria of Event Horizon, and I just
You got
remember
a
that was,
brother?
Like, yep. And
Currently.
I bet he's cooler. I bet he's a cooler version of Elliott.
yeah,
He probably got all the genetics too. I bet he's tall.
he's tall. He's like 6 something. I'm the
Too
runt.
close to home, Eric. Too close to home.
I'm the runt of the family.
All right, Eric. That's all I got. I'm gonna keep it short this time because I took like fucking 35 minutes last time. So yeah.
I like it when you talk.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never ever heard you say that.
Well, you heard it now, baby. Can we talk
Yeah.
about the messages?
The messages.
The text messages.
What text messages?
The take care of me, mommy messages.
Oh hell yes! No, we have to talk about that.
Okay,
we
those are-
fucking have to.
Those are group me messages.
So like we got to go over this shit real quick. This is thank you, Eric. I totally forgot.
So did I.
Elliott, he's not a drinker.
Not a
He's
drinker.
not a smoker. He's not a partier. He was on vacation. When he went to South Padre. And they had a little, cabin. Well, maybe you can speak more to this, Elliott. But something in Elliott kind of went off the rails, and he decided, it's a good day to drink.
Is this the story?
He's just
Am I
pounding
telling the story?
Zimas, is what I heard.
This is you.
He's
Zimas?
pounding Zimas at South Padre.
He was
Okay.
downing Zima.
we were in South Padre. My parents go. We got a condo. They invited us. We went. And so I don't have, we're at South Padre. So there's like no place to go. So I don't got to worry about driving. And Ashley's like, you should like drink and unwind and blah, blah, blah. I want to see. She's never seen me drunk. She's never seen me drink. And a lot of people haven't seen me drink.
I've never seen you drink, and I've known you for like 5 or 6 years.
It's like Pennywise. Like every 27 years I get drunk. And then bad shit happens. But we're like, fuck it. My mom has a lot of tequila. And so we go get margarita mix because I'll drink like 19 margaritas. And one day we were drinking and it's fine. We just had some margaritas. They were weak. My mom made them. And then
Mom's weak.
then the day before we were
Margaritas are
supposed to
weak, Mrs.
leave.
Glover.
Yeah. They got some new margaritas and I made them and I fucking made them strong. So I made me one and I made
made 'em
Ashley
strong.
one.
Margaritas.
We're drinking manjaritas. And the 6-year-old made a friend on the beach, and she came over and is like, "Can she go swimming?" And like,
She
so
was
yeah.
like 28.
So Ashley had to go to the pool to watch the kid, and so she left her margarita behind, and I drank that, and I chugged them both.
No, what? No, that's where you first went wrong. Why did you just decide? You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna drink her margarita.
It's because it's
It's
gonna
a
go to
waste
waste.
thing.
Alcohol's
South
expensive.
Padre margarita mixer, bro.
Yeah. And
All right.
so she's like, you gotta go out there with me. And I'm like, no. And it's like, I will go. I'll tag
the
back and
outside.
forth. So I was gonna walk back and forth from the pool to the condo, and just check in on both situations. And then I start feeling the tingle, and I'm like, oh yeah. And so what Elliott does every time I start feeling buzz is I want to get more buzz, and then I want to stay at this buzz level. But I'm not a good drinker, so what I do is I'm feeling buzz. Let's just ramp it up hardcore, and I should just be buzzed
The
for a
more
long
I drink,
time.
the longer this will last.
Yeah. So I walk back into the
It
condo.
doesn't amplify it, just gets
and
longer.
I pour a shot of some white rum,
Oh shit.
and I do that, and then I'm still going back and forth, and then it just starts getting hazy, And then I'm in the bathroom, shitting position. My pants around. I never took a shit.
That's the last thing you remember?
Well, I came to kind of like in the bathroom. I was
Well, he got prepared just in case the worst
absolutely.
happened.
He did.
Yeah.
but it was I did it wrong. I was texting.
You did it wrong.
I was texting the
It's facing
band
the wrong way.
that I was drunk, and they were like telling me like send selfies and stuff like that. And like I was like, and then I sit down in the pooping position, but I'm not shitting. And I'm just, and the last thing I remember is like, I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up, something like that.
Mark my words, selfies will be posted.
And then
on
I just
Instagram.
puked up. I just puked up all over myself. And then Ashley came in. So, like I guess I threw up and I passed out in the bathroom, still on the toilet. She eventually came in, and I like cleaned me up and was like sitting there trying to get me up, trying to feed me, trying to give me water and stuff like that. And I was calling her like mommy and stuff like that. And it was
She was texting us.
yeah. And then she picked up my phone and started texting.
She was like, Elliott's not home right
now. Yeah. And I was just gone. Like I was puking on myself, and then she was trying to waterboard me, and then I woke up the next day, and yeah, and recently my brother told me, he's like, yeah, you remember how many shots you had? I was like, no, and he's like, you came in and you poured like 4 shots of that rum on top of like the margaritas, which probably had like 2.5 shots each, and that all took place probably within like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Of the margaritas and the rum. Like I had like 8 shots in like 30 minutes.
It really happened that fucking quickly because
he was texting us.
Yeah, because he was texting us and he was like, I'm fun, I'm a little buzzed, and I'm like, oh shit, this is weird, man. But it was a fun time. I will definitely be posting selfies later.
What? Selfies?
Selfies of you.
Of me?
Yeah.
Drunk? Nah. The funny one is me like on the toilet.
Yeah, that's the one.
I'm sure
That's the
Ashley
one?
has
That's
some.
the money shot.
Well, it's not a selfie. Like Ash took that when I was passed out when she's texting you guys.
Well, I mean, there is definitely a selfie that I have of you.
There's
that
a
I'm gonna
picture
send.
of you out there.
Yeah. There, and like apparently I threw up. Like there was a shower in front of me, so I was like throwing up into that shower while on the toilet.
Yeah. And
I thought I was doing good, but like she said it was all over my shoes and my pants.
I thought I was doing good.
So I thought, from what I remember, I was like the almost blackout drunk Elliott was like, I'm nailing it.
No, you did. You were like,
I'm
God,
doing
I'm
great."
so fucking cool.
Fucking awesome.
This is the best version of me.
I don't know why I was on the toilet in a pooping position. That was
Yeah, you were ready to go.
I don't know
dude.
why.
That was just your instinct kicking in.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? If I shit or piss, I'm gonna be on the toilet.
I should have been like on my knees with my head in the toilet puking, but I'm not good at being drunk, so I was just like,
Yeah, you're the worst drunk, dude.
I was like, alcohol's a laxative. Remember to like pull your pants down and get on the toilet, and then I just like start throwing up on my tongue.
Well, I'm glad you had fun, Elliot.
Who said I had fun?
You did on the.
My biggest
chat.
regret was getting drunk because my uncle was grilling burgers, and I never got that burger.
Yeah, that's a problem right
I was
there.
so
He didn't
fucking
eat.
sad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't eat that whole day either, and then I had like 4 shots.
Yeah. The burgers were getting made, and then in that time he got fucking.
Yeah, I was like, I can't
obliterated.
eat because there's burgers. I'm gonna pound 2 of those.
And you
burgers.
know his uncle cooks them well done.
Yeah. He doesn't barbecue as much as he used to, and I miss his barbecue, and so I was like really looking forward to these burgers.
You should tell him right now on the podcast. Be like, Uncle Tom.
It's Uncle Jimmy. Uncle Jimmy, I miss your barbecuing. I apologize for drinking all your rum and not your barbecue in South Padre Island, 2019.
I haven't
He's
been,
never gonna hear this.
I've been drunk since 2009.
Really?
July of 2009, I ruined one of my friends' weddings. So I
That
quit
only
drinking.
happens once.
That's only happened once in a lifetime. Dude.
Yeah.
They got divorced, so
Yeah,
Then
then fuck
fuck it.
Fuck
Yeah,
it, dude.
fuck him.
Fuck it. You knew.
yeah, I totally fucked that party up.
You knew it was a sham to begin with.
Dude,
so you're
you know
like,
what? You ruined their marriage.
Yeah, it wasn't the constant lies and cheating. It was
It was you.
it was Derek being
He kept
drunk
sticking
at
up for you, and she's
the
like,
wedding
"No,
reception.
he's a bad friend." He's like, "No, Eric's a good dude." I mean,
No, Eric's a good dude.
He's a
Because
good
his name
dude.
was Willie.
Oh,
he's a
Willie.
good dude, dog.
William James.
Well, God bless Billy J.
Oh my god.
I also had a concussion one time where I lost control of my bowels, and I've had to
We've been there.
puke.
Hell
So
yeah,
like,
brother. HYB.
I concussed myself at a run of the bathroom, and like instantly poop, and then like I threw up in my pants at the same time. I've been.
Why do you have the
badass.
best stories?
I've been concussed like a good baker's dozen. Like, I don't know. I hope I'm like a fucking Joe Namath level of concussion. That's an old hockey player. If anybody wants to Google that, it's soccer. It's one of them
I'm
Brazilian soccer players. Joe Namath.
All right, now I want to hear you talk.
All right. So does everyone else.
No shit.
So you had me watch.
Me.
You did. You told me
Oh,
that I
yeah,
had to
that's-
watch I Trapped the Devil.
I did. Tell the fans a little bit about what it's about.
So I Trapped the Devil is about a dude and his gal go to visit their brother at their parents' house.
The brother lives in their parents' old house.
In the parents' old house, and they go to visit him for Christmas. The brother is obviously not mentally well since his parents were killed. And really quickly you find out that there's someone trapped in like a closet in the basement.
Yeah.
And he claims it's the devil. So obviously them being rational people are like, my crazy ass brother or brother-in-law just fucking kidnapped someone and has them trapped in the basement. So they're trying to get him, to release it. And, it starts going into the whole, is it the devil? Isn't it the devil? Which, on paper, I was like, this is, my movie. I gotta watch this shit. There was just, I don't know if it was the mood I was in or, I just wasn't just mentally where I should be, where I wanted to be to watch this movie.
Yeah.
So I just watched it and was just like, I don't know what I just watched.
Yeah.
And I can't give you an official yes, no, maybe so. You tell me about I Trapped the Devil.
That's what I was gonna
You
do.
watched it. You tell me.
So, because this movie's, kind of conflicting. Like, people just, they liked it or they didn't like it. Pretty 50-50. Here's why I liked it. It's super low budget, but it feels like that movie makes you feel some shit. And I kind of see what you were saying, though. You had to be in a certain mood for it or something like that. I turned that movie on 3 different times, and I was just like, today's not the day, And then one day I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to watch it. Because some people are like, that's my favorite fucking movie all year. And so I was just like, all right, let's fucking do this. I had that day and I did it. So when I watched it, like, the acting was so fucking good. And I feel like the script was really, really well written. The dialogue between the brothers felt like the chemistry was really there. I felt like they were 2 brothers who had a very strained relationship.
So it was natural.
It was super natural.
That's pretty natural. I mean, there's this part where he kind of just, is like, fuck him, he's not listening to me.
Yeah.
Like something, your brother would say.
No, I mean, like, all the dialogue was like that. I feel like the main guy, he played it so well, like, you really, truly could not tell, like, is he, like, schizophrenic or something? Or is he legitimately losing his mind because he seems to have trapped the devil? And I kind of agree with something that you had texted me, when we were talking about this a little bit. You had said that movie was about an hour too long. And by the way, this movie is only an hour and 15 minutes.
I just really felt like this could have all been crammed into a 12, 15-minute short, and it would have been fantastic.
I agree with that in a sense, but another thing that I liked about the movie is that you don't fucking know what to think throughout the entire movie. You keep bouncing back and forth. You're like, okay, I have a pretty good idea, and then, like, when it all gets said and done, you were on a fucking ride. In my opinion, like, you were jerked around the entire time, and it doesn't even matter what the ending is. I feel like that's an art.
I can see that, but when the ending finally came, I was just like,
No, I know. And that's the only issue I have with it, is that, but at the same time, like, because the ending was kind of just like, it kind of made me think, like, I still went through that whole experience of watching the movie, and I felt like something that I hadn't felt from watching a lot of
To
movies.
me, it was a lot like The Devil's Candy.
I agree with that, except I did not like The Devil's
Well,
Candy.
that was the thing. When I finished watching it, I was like, did I like this?
I did not like it.
I don't know.
I was on the fence with Devil's Candy.
That's how I am right now.
Just
With
pick a fucking road.
what's it called? How I Met Your Mother? Or I Trapped the Devil?
I trapped the devil.
Yeah, that's how I am. Like, I don't know if I liked it or not.
That's fair.
Suicidal tendencies. I shot the devil. Is that what we're talking about?
No, suicidal
No,
failure.
we're actually talking about I Shot the
I'm a
Sheriff.
suicidal failure.
Oh, a good
Yeah.
Pete Marley. Is that his name?
Yeah, Pete Marley.
Oh, dude.
Well,
That's the dog's name from Marley and Me.
well, anyway,
I was psyched about it because A.J. Bowen is in that
Yeah.
movie, and I love A.J. Bowen
He's
with
great.
all my heart and soul.
hell yeah.
And I've requested several times to be at Texas Frightmare weekend.
Yeah, he's been a lot of shit.
But, yeah, I mean, you might remember him from Your Next. He's in a couple movies.
Yeah, he was the shithead in Your
Yeah.
Next.
And he was really badass in a movie called A Horrible Way to Die.
Never seen that.
You got to watch it. It's pretty badass. But that led me to one of my, you know...
I don't know who he is.
Yeah,
I don't know who he
that's
is.
because you're not a real horror fan.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I found out that Elliott only really likes anything true crime related. And if it's a real serial killer, no matter what, he's in love. We're going to talk about that later.
So, any rate...
Any rate.
I didn't interrupt you.
Yeah, you did. So, I was... You know, I started reminiscing about AJ Bowen and, you know, You're Next. And then I was like, what's my favorite AJ Bowen movie? 2007, The Signal. Nice. Not the Lawrence Fishburne movie with the guy in the alien legs.
Okay.
Different. Completely different.
I'm glad you clarified.
So, The Signal is about a signal.
Okay.
So, in this movie, it's a lot like The Crazies. So,
But it's logical because it's like a sound signal.
so they don't ever explain if it's like a terrorist attack or what the fuck's going on. But like cell phones, you know, the radio, TV, all of a sudden it cuts to this static and people like become glued to the signal and it triggers something in their brain, kind of like The Crazies or sort of like The Happening,
Yeah.
where instead of killing themselves, they go, you know, they don't really go ape shit, but like it triggers something primal in them to start killing.
Yeah.
So the whole story revolves around this girl who, it starts off, I think it's like New Year's Eve or something, and she's cheating on her husband. Nice. And her husband's a douchebag played by A.J. Bowen.
Also nice.
And
he always plays a dipshit. Like
he plays it well.
He really does. Self-righteous prick in all movies. Yeah.
So, you know, the girl and her boyfriend, or Mr. S,
Mr. S.
you know, she's like, I'm finally going to leave him and we're going to meet up at, you know, such and such terminal. And, you know, it's over and we're going to be, you know, run away and start our own lives together. So she finally goes back home and A.J. Bowen's there with his friends. And as she's, you know, leaving this guy's house to go to A.J. Bowen, shit starts happening in the background. I mean, she's walking through the apartment and she's hearing stuff happen. And this movie plays like a sci-fi horror movie, but also like a black comedy. And it breaks it up into, I think it's 4 parts. Her cheating and then the beginning of everything where A.J. Bowen kind of, you know, gets trapped into the signal and he starts beating the shit out of his friends with a baseball bat.
Oh, fuck. Is
You
it
know,
really that brutal?
It's brutal. It has a lot of real brutal moments. And it's a survival because she's trying, she hasn't heard the signal, so she's not affected by it. And the world is basically falling apart around her and she just wants to get to her boyfriend. So it follows her and, you know, hijinks ensue.
Fucking A.
Damn it! I don't like it!
So they break it up and it goes from being very serious to they go to this New Year's Eve party that just didn't hash out because The Signal. I don't want to go too much into it because it's like a love sci-fi horror black comedy.
That's exactly what I love, baby.
And it just touches on so many genres and subgenres. It's a fucking masterpiece. And I know back in the day it got a little bit of buzz, but it deserves a lot more buzz.
Yeah,
like honeybees.
Yeah, I mean, like honeybees.
Yeah.
Like I've
Save
heard
the
of this
bees.
movie.
Huh?
But I've heard of this movie, but like I never. I don't hear a lot about
It's
it.
a
I
cult-
forgot it existed.
It's got to be a cult classic. Like it has to be.
It has to. You're
It
saying
has to.
Has to. It sounds good to me. I want to
It
see
is fucking fantastic. It
Are you
was
going
so
on
well
record?
done. I'm going on fucking record. It's
Oh,
a cult
shit.
classic. I am officially
Elliott's.
going on record.
He's
Go
going.
ahead.
I'm putting my finger on the phone that's on the table
Oh shit.
He's
in a
fingering that
dramatic
phone, dude.
fashion.
Oh fuck.
The Signal, 2007, is a cult classic.
Boom.
Just like that.
Damn. All right.
Now, what's a cult classic?
It's like movies that.
Is
like,
that our old episodes? Like episode 1?
No, it's like when you live in Waco
Waka.
Wacko.
and like you were like Nike Cortez in your sleep. You watch movies like this.
You're mistaken, sir. You're confusing two instances.
That reminds me of another movie I watched actually.
All day.
Fucking just do it. Just do
It
it.
just
Come
kind
on.
of triggered.
Get it out.
It just triggered, and it's not really a horror movie, but we were talking about
Oh,
serial killers and true crime. Have you ever watched Dear Mr. Gacy
No.
with William Forsythe?
I have not seen it, but I know all about it.
Yeah, it's
Oh, okay.
like based on
Big
like
man.
a true story.
Yeah.
This kid who wants to be like a journalist or something. He starts writing Gacy, and Gacy kind of entraps him and makes him come see him in his prison. It's a pretty good fucking movie.
Yeah, the dude in real life like committed suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah. After corresponding with him. He like Gacy was all like pervy and
He was like
bad.
trying to trick Gacy. Like he was playing a role with him, trying to get, more information out of him, gain his trust. And it kind of backfired on him because Gacy kind of brought him into his world.
Oh shit.
It's a good movie.
Yeah,
I think
I'm-
horror fans would like it.
I'm aware of the film. I'm just it skeeves me out to like try to. I don't know if I want to watch it.
Dude,
Why?
William Forsythe does a badass fucking job.
Elliot, I'm just curious. Like that seems right up your alley. What? What's
Because
wrong?
it,
It's
Because
too
it's
close.
real.
it's because I know this real story and I know what Gacy talked about and what he did, and it's like really uncomfortable and skeezy.
Really?
So like I gotta be like in a dirty.
He like
mindset.
reveals all the fucking gritty, nasty shit to him, and like exposes him to this.
It's
Like
not
he
gonna
bit
be
off
an
more
easy
than he
watch.
could chew. It's like a classic, just like the epitome of biting off more than you could chew.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought you liked that though.
there's some things you just gotta be in the right mindset. Like there's true crime, there's like horror, which is and there's true crime, which is like and then there's like some
Deeply disturbing.
Yeah, there's some like disturbing like pedophile shit that you're just kind of
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I don't really feel like I don't want to get this dirty today.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Okay.
I think it's on Amazon.
Is it
or-
really?
It
I
might
think so.
be.
I think it's on Prime.
I think it is on Prime. I think that's where I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's currently free. I
We
think.
need to start doing better at remembering where we watch shit.
Yeah, that's actually some of the feedback I've gotten is they
We're gonna-
like.
I don't know where to watch it.
Well, no, they like that we've been like, oh, it's on Hulu, it's on Stars, it's on Prime.
Yeah.
But then half the time we're like, I don't fucking know. There's so many fucking streaming sites.
Yeah. I try to.
Hunter's like, I downloaded it illegally. Please don't tell anybody.
Hey. I tell you where to find it. Speaking of that, where can you watch The Signal?
I own it.
He owns it.
Oh, where'd you see Trap the Devil?
It's on Hulu.
Oh shit! It's not.
Yeah,
on
it's
Hulu.
Hulu.
It's a
Yeah.
Hulu.
I watched
no
it on Hulu.
shit?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
it's on
Yeah,
I
Hulu.
was
give you a
like-
break. You get
That
a
was
break.
actually because that brings me back to an app that we talk about, Just Watch.
Oh, I love Just Watch.
I was having one of those moments where I didn't know what to watch, and I was just like going through Just Watch, and I was like, oh shit, that's that movie Hunter was talking about. Let's watch this shit.
Hulu's been trying to step up its game lately
Yeah,
with God what
it has.
yeah,
I
they
think
have.
I think the game's been upped.
They
The game
usually
has
do
been
well.
upped.
Like they
I
have
would-
a horror and a Halloween section usually in October.
They do it. It's always like old school sequels and shit. Like they have I think every Friday the 13th movie on there right now.
Oh.
What, you don't know?
I got
Doctor Friday the 13th.
I got the DVDs. I don't need to find them on streaming.
You got the triple D's over here.
The BVDs.
I got the BVDs. I got the CDs. Dude, the kid was helping me
The kid.
put up
I love how you call
put
it
up the
kid.
CDs, and she's like, "These are the tiniest DVDs ever." I was like, "They're CDs," and she's like, "What are those?"
What are those?
I was like, "There's music on these," and she didn't grasp the concept that like music doesn't come from the radio or your
Wait,
phone.
what?
Yeah,
Oh, it's like on physical
it's
stuff?
a physical CD. It's a compact disc.
So
of
if I
musical.
break it, will the music soul come out?
Where do I plug in my headphones?
Where do I
Are
plug
these
it in?
Bluetooth?
These are Bluetooth, right?
It's a Bluetooth compatible PLF CD.
See, I knew it. I called it. All right, Eric. What is that?
So what the fuck did you watch?
Yeah, Elliot. What is with you and these noises?
I'm dubstepping.
Well, you know it's not like the early 2010s, right?
I don't know what that means, or I don't know. I don't know what dubstep is.
And or I don't know what you mean, and or I don't know what
I
dubstep.
thought
listened to-
dubstep when it came out was like a reggae thing.
Yeah.
That's the only time I heard it was from like Sublime.
Dub reggae over dubstep all day, son.
I think that's called jungle. I think this is a technical
That's
EDM term,
terrible.
and I'm probably wrong on that. By the way, I don't listen to EDM. So, what did you watch?
I watched.
Prom Night 2.
Oh, actually,
I got.
you did.
I did watch From Night.
It's always watch. It's always playing in the
It's
background.
always playing. I watched a new movie. I watched The Haunting of Sharon Tate.
Son,
How is that? I
No, you gotta
started
listen
like
to
10
him.
times.
You gotta listen to them.
I
Like,
started like 10 times. Was like, nope.
It's on Hulu.
It's got-
The Haunting of Sharon Tate, 2019.
It's also on
Hilary
Amazon
Duff.
Hillary Duff.
Hilary Duff film. She's
The Duff.
she's a producer on this movie too.
Of course, she did. Who else is gonna make it?
Yeah, she needs money. She's got like 1,000 kids, right?
1,500.
1,500 kids. Dang.
pregnant.
Like Hunter was saying earlier, like I mean, like true crime is
Your shit.
is my shit.
This is exactly what I was referring to.
And making a true crime into a horror film, like I'm all about that. So I watched the preview before I watched the trailer before I watched the movie, and it's basically someone trying real hard to push like paranormal into
Shut up.
the Tate killings.
I mean, there's got to be something about how Roman Polanski made Rosemary's Baby, where a cult took a baby, and then in real life, a cult took his baby.
No, you're wrong.
No, this fucking wife was pregnant, killed his
It
baby.
has nothing to do with any of this.
No, it is.
It should have been the plot, though.
Like
That should have been the plot.
the plot. You want me to go into the plot? You want me to ruin it?
Yeah, I want you.
no,
Alright.
don't ruin. Just.
I mean,
the
it's not
basic
like it
plot.
really
What is this
happened
movie
or
about?
anything.
Okay, the movie is about like Sharon Tate has come back home to her house in California. Roman Polanski is still, I think, in England shooting a film.
Is that after she made Basic Instinct?
Yes. She was a big star, and she's pregnant. She's at home with her friends. Like it's historically accurate. They have a lot of details, which I was really nerding out over.
Like the Beach Boys were hanging out and stuff?
Beach Boys were hanging out. There were beach balls. There was beach umbrellas, and there was beach, like sand from the beach, physically in the movie. But so there was a lot
That's badass.
of details that I was nerding out over. But then like they started bringing in like a supernatural kind of thing. Like she was having premonitions of the murders, and she was like having visions of Manson and visions of the killings. And then they got records delivered to the house that were Charles Manson songs, but then they like overdubbed them with like cult chanting and satanic stuff. And like so she's trying to piece together like what's happening. She's freaking out, trying to figure out what's going on with these like tapes. And it's basically she premonitions the killings.
It sounds like that Rob Zombie movie.
It's
Lords of Salem.
Later Salem.
It kind of sounds like just
it's a
if
little
they put
better.
the plot of like the Sharon Tate killings and then like literally mixed it with Rosemary's Baby.
It's like it was a good try. It suffers from budget, but it's
How with Hilary Duff? How she's full of money.
She's
It
got
had a lot
all the
of-
money.
A lot of bad.
I'm pretty sure most of my
CGI.
taxes go to her.
Oh, bad CGI.
There's some bad CGI.
I love that.
No such thing.
But-
no such thing.
It's
All
basically
CGI is good.
someone is all like, "Hey, you know the fucking, Tate murders." Like, yeah. Well, what if they weren't? And basically,
Well, what if they were?
Yeah.
Weren't.
it's like they put a paranormal spin on it where she's like having the visions of the murder, and so she's gonna like save everybody by changing her fate, and it's like half like bad paranormal movie, half like bad true crime movie, and then it goes into like a sappy kind of like love letter to the victims, and like what if that didn't happen? What if this had happened? And then it turns into like a regular like Scream style horror movie where there's chasing and like outwitting the killers and all that. So it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be really bad, but I kind of
got like
liked it.
3.1 rating
Yeah.
on IMDb.
3.1. Yeah.
I kind of liked it, but it's not good.
That's fair.
Like I'm just
Most movies I like are not good.
I'd give it a watch. Like if true crime, it has a lot of Easter eggs for the people that know the real true crime, and then they just sprinkle in like your most generic horror movie tropes.
Have you watched that Green River meets John Wayne Gacy movie or whatever the fuck
What?
it is?
No?
Yeah.
Green River Killer meets John Wayne Gacy.
It's like some shit like that. I guess there's something about it. There is an actual tie-in or something. It might not be John Wayne Gacy, but
Are you talking Ted Bundy?
Ted Bundy.
Talking Riverman?
Yes.
Yeah, with was it Carrie Elways as Ted Bundy? Ted Bundy?
No, not that old one. No, this is a new one.
Oh, it's a newer one. Ooh,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
intrigued.
yeah. It's Ted Bundy I think it's called Ted Bundy meets the Green River Killer.
That's not that's not
It's
a
not
very
an Abbott and
thought out
Costello,
title.
Yeah.
Title's not very well.
The movie's
Terrible.
called Bundy and the Green River Killer.
Nice.
You were not far off at all.
But basically, in historical fact, they actually did a like Silence of the Lambs where they went to Ted Bundy to try
Yeah.
to like catch another serial killer.
I don't know why I thought John Wayne Gacy. I think I'm still stuck in Dear Mr. Gacy.
Yeah, Dear
Yeah.
Mr. Gacy mode.
You're in Gacy land.
Yeah.
All right.
5,000 miles to Gacy land.
That's right. I totally forgot about that. That's where they got inspired to do Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
Or Manhunter.
Manhunters.
That's a good movie, man. What's it called? Mindhunters?
Oh, Mindhunter, the TV
The
show?
series? Yeah, that's pretty
There's
good.
Mindhunters, the TV series. There's Manhunter, the movie, which was later remade into Red
The
Dragon.
Red Dragon.
the
Yeah, no.
prequel to
I'm talking
Silence
about
of
the
Lambs.
TV series with
Yeah.
the FBI agents.
That's coming back August 16th.
I
for
feel like it's been
season 2.
years
It's
since-
been a
It's
fucking
been
long
like
time.
7 or 8 years.
Fucking love Ed
No.
Kemper and that
No?
shit.
No, it's been 2 years.
I
It's been a
don't know
while.
time.
I love Ed Kemper. So we use the Ed Kemper for Mouth Breather, the band. Our band.
Love Ed Kemper.
He's fucking hilarious. I love Ed Kemper in that
Yeah, he
movie.
really is.
Okay, so going on to my second
Yeah,
subject.
this is just the prelude.
the prelude to
prelude.
I'm just gonna call this In Defense of Blair Witch.
Oh my!
I love that record. That's like a fucking emo band, right?
Yeah, it's American football in
Yeah,
defense of the Blair Witch.
defense of
In
the
defense
Blair
of the
Witch.
Blair Witch. So we didn't get to record last month, but last month, July, would have been the 20th anniversary of the Blair Witch. And a lot of people I've met do not like the Blair Witch Project. I don't know where you fellas stand. Last I heard, you guys hadn't seen it.
I've never seen it.
He's never
I've-
seen it.
I have never seen it.
I am fairly indifferent on it.
My brother, Ricky, and myself are the only people I think I know in the world that like Blair Witch.
No, that's not
The
true. That's not true at all.
That's the only people I
My
met.
childhood best friend loves that fucking movie, and he saw it in theaters, and he's raved about it since '92 or whenever that fucking movie came out.
99.
I just feel like that was the start of like so many. Like I feel like horror was in like a weird place
Found
at that
footage?
time in the '90s, and I feel like that broke the mold. And
Well, it
so
almost
like
died. I'm gonna say it almost died in the '90s.
really, you think
I
it
think
almost
so.
died?
Well,
That's
so
what sucked
in-
about the '90s is horror almost died and rock music almost died.
Rock
Right,
music's
it's
dead now.
99. It gave birth to the new millennium. Like I fucking love the Blair Witch Project. It's in my top 5 movies. Ever. Like
I just
fucking
think
love the Blair Witch
Paranormal
Project.
Activity is a better found footage movie, and I've never even seen Blair Witch.
okay, I'm gonna backtrack to the plot of the Blair Witch, being that
There's a witch in the woods.
There's
Continue.
a witch in the woods. There's a legend of the witch in New England, and these three college amateur filmmakers are going to shoot a project for Heather's school about the Blair Witch. They're going to make a documentary. They get lost in the woods. Hijinks ensue. And I fucking love this movie.
Hijinks have to ensue.
I'm really big on folklore, which this leans heavily on. I'm scared as shit of witches, if you know me.
You really know me deep down inside.
If you know me deep down
fucking
inside,
terrified
you
of
know
witches.
I don't fuck with witches.
They're everywhere.
It's a creepy, and it's just got that autumn, like, I watch it every autumn. It's got that whole, like, creepy, like, old school kind of, like, scary stories to tell in the dark vibe that I love. And
Adore.
I like Adele, and I like Adore, and I like the Blair Witch Project. I don't know. You said it and it threw me off topic. I gotta get it back on topic. Well, that goes into saying, like what Hunter was saying, like Blair Witch it kind of gave rise to what this whole generation knows as the found footage movies, like the paranormal activities.
The appreciation for indie horror.
Yeah, well, and it's just a cheap way to make money. Like the paranormal activities, you're fucking, was it Hell House LLC or whatever the fuck that shit is?
Yeah, I love
Hey,
that.
man, watch your mouth.
And,
My grandmother listens to
have
this.
some respect, you fuck.
Fuck, I'm sorry. But, like, yeah, and there's, like, found footage movies for every single thing. There's, like, a million Bigfoots, and there's a Frankenstein one. And it's not new. Like in the late 70s, early 80s, with all the Mondo, like most popular, like Cannibal Holocaust, that was basically the found footage, fake documentary movies, and so what Blair Witch did was nothing new, but it just started this new trend for the new millennium. It was one of the first movies that had a website that had online like push. It had, the social media as it was back in the early days.
There wasn't a social media then.
They had internets.
Friendster, maybe.
They had Friendster. It was on Friendster, but like it had a website.
Had fucking AOL chat groups.
Chat group. Have you seen the Blair Witch? No. Are you a boy? Yeah.
I was gonna say sex and location.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it was like it started all that. At the time it was the Guinness Book of World Records for like the ratio from the money they spent to the money they made.
And then Paranormal Activity just
and Paranormal Activity
ripped them off
that.
the fucking planet.
So I'm just in defense of the Blair Witch Project. I love it. I'm not talking about the sequels. The sequels are bad. The sequels
First
are
of all,
garbage.
Book of Shadows.
Book of Shadows is bad.
Second of all, you're wrong.
I'm not. I'm going to go into why I'm right.
A lot of people love Book of Shadows.
A lot of people love Book of Shadows, but the people that don't like Book of Shadows, the Blair Witch Project, the original film, gets a lot of flack from the people who don't like the fucking second one, where they try to combine a found footage with a narrative story, and it didn't really go well. And so I kind of lump people, like, if you don't like the Blair Witch Project, I usually sum it up to, like, 3 reasons. Like, A, if you were there in the beginning, you thought it was a true story, and they marketed it as a true story. They hid the actors so that they didn't do press for it for a long time, and people thought it was a real movie, and then when they found out they felt, like, scammed, which is just stupid on your part as a moviegoer. I mean, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was marketed as a true story. Obviously, it's not Fargo. These things happen. Second is people are mad because they don't show anything. There's no monster. There's no witch. There's no action. And these people have no class.
Have no class.
I'm not gonna lie, man.
Fucking say it.
I'm
no
not.
class.
I didn't love the movie because of that.
Because you have no class.
I
Because I
love
have
the
no
movie
class.
so much that they don't show you, because what you don't see is way more frightening. The whole ending is
That's fucking stupid.
is way
It's
better.
what you don't see.
It's what you don't see. Like
No.
if you're mad because you
No,
didn't
it's a
see
fucking movie. Show me.
some fucking CGI or some blood and guts, then you don't have good taste.
You have class.
I don't agree, but
And then the third reason people hate it is because they're misremembering it as the Book of Shadows.
what?
I've come across that before. We're like, what? The goth chick was hot, and I'm just like, no, that's the wrong movie. You're remembering
Mandela
it correctly.
effect, bro. Mandela effect.
Mandela.
Those things chicks draw on themselves.
That's every time I think of the Mandela effect, I always think it's like the Mandela effect.
The mandala. We sell those at my job. You can get.
I bet you do. Go to Earthbound, see Elliott.
You can get.
Come on down.
You can get it carved in wood. You can get it carved on a plaque. You get it made out of rubber.
Shockers?
He's gonna get stalkers.
No shit. He already has them. All 10 of them.
All 10 of them.
They all work with them.
So I'm going to talk now directly to other people out there in TV land, or I guess radio land.
TV land.
And little kids out there in TV land who do like the Blair Witch Project. If you do not own the Blair Witch Project, I suggest getting either the DVD or Blu-ray, because there is a faux documentary called The Curse of the Blair Witch in the special features, which if you watch it, it will kind of convince you that the Blair Witch legend is actually maybe real. It's not. Like, the makers of the Blair Witch Project actually went for the Sci-Fi Channel to promote it, shot all this extra footage and wrote an entire backstory, like going back to like the 1600s of like the Blair Witch. And it is on point. Like, you could show it to a kid and they would believe it. Like, it's I think they also did that with what's that stupid Underworld movie, the vampire versus werewolves movie?
Yeah, Underworld.
They tried to make like a lycanthrope documentary.
I'd watch the shit out of that.
And it was not very good. They kept showing like scenes from Underworld. But this one's like on point.
That's not good.
You can use it as a convincing argument that the Blair Witch is real if you wanted to try to like mess up like an 8-year-old.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I straight up thought it was real when I watched it like the first time. Like, you pretty much think it's real like the entire time you're watching it. I'm talking about Blair Witch, that is, not the documentary.
Yeah.
However, the documentary, I fucking love faux documentaries for that exact reason.
It's
like,
the best one I've ever seen.
Where can I find, and how long is it?
I think it's like theatrical length. It's
really?
like at least 45 minutes to an hour.
I'd like to make a fake documentary about my childhood.
Fucking let's do
where
it.
it's happy.
Can we?
I'm fucking down as shit.
My childhood actually was very happy, but I'd like a really fucked up one that would like explain why I am the way I am.
Let's do it.
Do one where you win the fight with Edward Furlong.
I never fought Edward Furlong. He just hit me.
But yeah, you can get if you find the. I have one of the original like DVD pressings. It's on there. It's also on the Blu-ray. It's fantastic. It's one of the best faux documentaries. It's a fucking good documentary just standalone. It goes into the Coffin Rock legend. It goes into the Elliott Kedward. It goes into the Blair, like all that. It's very good, and yeah, and a lot of people thought it was real. A lot of people, they had, the cast eventually came out, and they had they were alive. I mean, I think it was a Cannibal Holocaust where they had to. I think it was Cannibal Holocaust where they had to go to the court and prove that he didn't murder these people. Yeah. So it didn't go that far, but they definitely played it out, especially on the website. They had like the missing posters like on T-shirts and stuff like that. It was like the startup page to the website. The cast now, I'm still speaking to the kids in TV land. Heather now does, she grows medical marijuana and has a growery. She has a book out.
Growery?
Growery. Mike, I think, is doing theater. Josh, is the one that really stuck with acting the most. Most notably, he was in the 2014 The Town That Dreaded Sundown meta sequel. I don't really know what to call it.
Did not like that movie.
You're a piece of shit. That movie was great.
That was a pretty good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I didn't like the twist, but overall, it was still a good movie, I thought. But he's been in a lot of things, and he's actually married to the drummer Kim from Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're married. They got a baby.
Wow.
So that's pretty good. And also, being the 20th anniversary, someone has decided to make the Xbox video game that's coming out.
That was
the Blair Witch.
Just about to go into that with you. How do you feel?
I'm scared that it's going to be more Blair Witch, the last sequel that came out.
It will be. Yep.
Where that wasn't even shot in the right fucking woods. I hated that movie. It went from New England to California quick. But I'm worried it's going to be more like that. But they're saying that it's based on the original Blair Witch Project.
They're saying that?
Yeah, is what last I heard. But I'm
Well, the last movie was based on the original Blair Witch Project
so
too.
fuck that. But so from what I've seen, I just looks like Silent Hill in the woods. I'm not
which
really
is
sure what.
Kind of awesome.
It's kind of awesome, but Blair Witch, like, what are your enemies gonna be, or what? Or is it just gonna be like the only?
It's probably gonna be a survival like.
Like I could see it as that old like PC game Myst, where it's just like problem solving stuff.
Yeah,
like I could see a good Blair Witch game like that.
I bet it's just like looking at fucked up shit, and just like going and doing puzzles.
Yeah, probably. That's the only way I could see it being, any good at all. I don't like if like little goblins come out and you got to use your like slingshot to like hit them off. That looks bad, but you got like a cell phone, and I'm sure there's gonna be like people and weird things happening with that, and you got a dog, and I'm sure it's gonna be messed up. I'm sure they're gonna have like stick people. Also, I think Fright Rags just put out a line of Blair Witch Project merch. They have some T-shirts and some socks and stuff. So if you like the Blair Witch Project, it's 20 years. There's a lot of stuff popping up currently, so you can get some of that. If you don't own the movie, you should definitely buy it for the faux documentary. I love the Blair Witch Project, and yeah, done with it.
Now I'm done with it.
I'm
turning my back on it.
Never turn it. The only my whole thing is like the Blair Witch Project. They got the Fright Rags has all the merch and stuff like that, but there's not a lot of like cool things you can do with the merch. It's either like the stick people, or one of the shirts from Fright Rags is like people walking around with cameras. So you're not gonna get like a cool monster. You're not gonna have like a Thing T-shirt or like a Jason Lives cool ass shirt, which kind of bugged me. But the movie's it's in my top 5 for sure. It's an amazing movie.
My whole thing is like, if a kid sees that now, they're not even gonna be scared of it. It's really like, once you see it now, it's not as believable.
Yeah, but the kid you show kids Zelda and be like, this is an amazing video game. And they're like, no, it's not. I want to play fucking whatever.
Angry Birds.
Fortnite and shit. Angry Birds.
No, what I'm saying is like, if Eric watched it right now, I don't even think he'd like it.
Eric's a bad example.
Because, yeah.
If you're also Blair Witch fans out there in TV land, if you're wondering what's in the basket, it's teeth.
Oh, really? Is that why you love teeth so much?
It could be. If you traced it back, maybe.
Elliott's got like tattoos of just like scattered teeth on his arm.
I got jars of teeth. I got fucking teeth out the ass in this house. But
fucking
maybe that's where it came
everywhere.
from. Maybe that's where it came from subconsciously.
I really do want to get my hands on that documentary though, because I think that would make me
Just
really.
buy
He
the
literally
fucking-
said it's on DVD, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fucking buy the DVD.
You can buy the fucking Blu-ray for like $5.
Why would I want to do that when I could just borrow it from you?
Because I won't let you borrow because mine's an original pressing. It's a first pressing.
I don't think they press DVDs.
That's not a thing. That's not a thing.
It's a thing. It's original pressing.
They mass manufactured at one time.
It's not. It's in one of those like really hard like original DVD cases they used to have before they had like the shitty like flimsy ones. You could hammer a nail with that DVD case.
Do it. I'm gonna watch you
Prove
do it
it.
after
Prove
this.
it.
Do it.
It's amazing.
And that name is so misleading because I went in there and tried to trade a movie and they wouldn't do it. They're like,
I'll give you
"We'll
Shocker
buy
for-"
it for 20 cents and then you got to pay the other $100.
Well, that's not what you said on the fucking sign.
It's a trading.
Yeah.
I brought no monies. And then I discovered I have way more laser discs than I thought I had. I was like, I
Laserdisc
have like
daddy. You have
6 or 7.
most laser discs. You have more laser discs than Horror Freak does. You got more laser dicks.
Pet Seminary Laser Dicks, Hunter.
I was just like, I got maybe 15, 20. There's like a fucking 100 of those motherfuckers.
Yeah,
You got a laser display?
Yeah.
yeah.
Then fuck it. Who cares?
He's a laser disc daddy, man.
You got the means to do it. Do it.
Speaking of which, I know we never fucking talked about it since the last episode, but Horror Freak had their grand opening, and that was pretty cool. Bought some stuff, and so if you went to that, I'm sure you had a good time.
My band played.
Yeah, I missed that.
Horribles.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Horribles.
The Horribles played. We were supposed to play that autograph signing this Saturday, but
Upcoming Saturday?
yeah.
Felissa Rose is going to be there.
Yeah,
Horror
Felissa
Freak in
Rose.
Bedford, Texas.
By the time this comes out, this will not be.
Yeah, it's not going to be
current.
relevant info.
Tell us how it went.
Yeah, tell us how that went. So,
But she disappeared for a long time
She
from
did.
acting, right?
Well, she disappeared from like existence for a while.
That's
dude.
because
She
nobody
just
probably
stopped
cared about
being.
that movie till like
Yeah, like
years
there's
later.
been a resurgence.
I mean, let's
in
be
Sleepaway
honest. That
Camp.
movie's fucking terrible. I don't know why
Movie's
it's
terrible.
got such a
Yeah.
big following.
I didn't feel comfortable owning it that I gave it away. I had it on DVD and I didn't want it in my house.
When I was at Horror Freak, they were talking about it, and some girl that was
Oh.
there was like, "I've never seen that movie," and some other person there was like, "Oh, you should totally see it. It's a great movie." And I wasn't gonna say anything, but deep down inside, I was like, "Don't ever watch that movie."
Yeah, I'm not comfortable with that. And then on was it Halloween? I watched.
If you want to
all
watch
of them.
if you want to watch a good version of Sleepaway Camp, I would just say like The Burning.
Yeah,
But like that's like
like a good movie.
yeah, that's like
Yeah.
a good version of like a camp movie, like a good camp
Like
horror
it has
movie.
a crazy ending, but to get to that point, it's like
Yeah.
the happening.
And even
Just-
then, it's like the whole movie would be the ending.
Yeah.
The entirety of Sleepaway Camp is just you're getting to the ending. That's
Yeah.
it.
They
That-
could maybe
which
make
is- yeah.
if they did like a remake and like just
Can we remake it?
smartly did it and didn't make 12-year-olds all sexed up, then that was
Why don't we make remakes?
that'd be alright.
we can.
We don't have
we
any
should.
money or
We
equipment.
should do that for
Yeah,
we should do that for
equipment.
Halloween. Make like little horror shorts where we terribly
Hunters?
remake fucking movies.
Hunter's like a hedge fund kid, so I know he's got a lot of money.
He looks like it, right?
Yeah.
Fucking
And
shit.
Elliott's got to have equipment in here somewhere,
I got equipment.
and I got ideas.
No. Guys, I got enough equipment to film this bullshit.
He has
Oh,
the
let's
equipment. I
fucking do
have
it.
the props. Is basically.
I'm
how-
you got it backwards. I'm equipment boy. He's prop man.
Okay,
And then
well,
you're the talent, I guess.
I
Is
got
there a meat
ideas.
hook behind you?
I can write.
There is whole shit.
There you go,
There's a
boom.
meat
You can
hook behind
fucking-
me. By the way,
I know what you did last.
Holy
Three on
shit,
the
this
meat
is an
hook?
actual fucking meat hook.
There you go.
Feel this. Feel this. By
Yeah,
the way,
dude, my dad used to own a butcher shop.
All right. Well, I guess it's been like 2 fucking hours. Let's go into the main topic.
Yeah.
What? We still haven't done that?
No.
Fuck!
So on our main topic today, you're probably thinking, wow, out of all the movies that they could have done that came out in the month that they were gone, they chose this one. Well, don't worry. We're going to come out with an episode just for you. To all the other people that thought Crawl was great, then here you go. Elliot, do you want to kind of tell us a little bit about Crawl?
Crawl is pretty self-explanatory from the trailer.
It's about snakes.
Yes, I concur.
Water snake. Large water snakes.
A hurricane hits Florida. A man and his college-age daughter get trapped in the basement of all places that is currently flooding from the storm with large alligators. Their whole place is teeming with alligators, and it's about them trying to
Fucking
escape these alligators.
Teeming with alligators.
There's
Not just the gators.
not just the gators.
You have two things now. You got to survive the fucking unbelievable Category 37 hurricane,
True.
and now there's gators involved.
Yeah, the hurricane. Yeah, it's a Category 5 hurricane, so there's like, massive.
It's fucking
flooding.
end of the world.
I get how they came up with that, because how are we going to get people to like a movie more than Sharknado? Here's how. Make it real. Separate the nader from the shark. Boom.
I could see there being like I could see a pitch that involved that. Everybody likes Sharknado. Now imagine if that was real.
Make it real.
I love that this movie was very simple to sit back and enjoy. No fucking thinking involved.
Yeah, you're goddamn right.
Yeah, it was perfect fucking horror movie.
It's not a horror movie. Don't fucking...
It's a fucking horror movie.
You do not call this movie a horror movie.
How is it not a horror movie? There's fucking people getting killed by a thing.
It's an action
Horror
thriller.
movie. It's not an action
It's not
movie.
an action movie, but I don't know if it's a horror movie. It's a thriller for sure.
Yeah,
It's an
a
action...
fucking
what
creature
part of it was
movie.
not an action movie?
Nothing blows up.
So piranhas?
Is that required?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Karate Kid's not an action movie?
No, it's a fucking drama.
You're a drama, bro.
Literally a drama.
God.
Fucking get
Go
out
back
of
to
here.
film school.
Well, I was kicked out. They won't
Idiot.
let me back in now.
Idiot.
They said my cinematography was garbage.
I believe them.
Apparently they were wrong.
It's called Rack Focus, bitch.
Field of view. Go on.
I saw this with my lady friend, and she did not like it.
What?
I felt it was kind of like a middle of the road. It's a very safe film to make. I'm not gonna say that I liked it or it was good. It was very
They fucking
safe.
nailed it.
I read a review that I think sums it up where it's like said it was satisfying.
And what else? What more do you want from a fucking movie than to feel satisfied?
To be creeped the fuck out?
Yeah.
But not satisfied?
Nah.
I will say,
As a horror fan, I'm giving up on being satisfied.
no, I'm not. I'm not at all.
Well,
I
guess
disagree with
what?
that. But
You were with this movie. Fucking satisfied.
I'm gonna come out and say it. I did not like this movie like at all. Like zero. I did not like this movie.
And your opinion doesn't matter.
Well, that's fine. But here's why. I don't like any movies like this. Nothing makes me want to see Piranha. Nothing makes me want... That's why I never originally watched Jaws. Because it just does not...
This movie was better than Jaws.
It's apples and oranges, baby. You can't compare. You can't compare.
You
But
can,
no,
and this is better.
And I've heard that. And I've heard that
You
about
can't
Jaws.
be like...
You gotta ignore Eric. He's a dipshit right now. I
You
don't
can't
know.
be like, so what's better, like The Exorcist or like Dawn of the Dead? And it's like, well, that's,
Dawn of the Dead.
That's fucking apples and oranges.
Eat
This
my
what we
ass.
have here. This is not Jaws. Is a different thing. But with Crawl, what you have is a Deep Blue Sea meets
Thank
Jumanji
you.
aspect going on
It's
here.
Jumanji.
No!
Did you miss the magical game board?
This is legit Jumanji and Deep Blue Sea if you're going to compare it to an aquatic shark movie.
It's more like Anaconda.
It's also Anaconda, which is also Deep Blue Sea. It's either really smart or really big somethings attacking people while they're trying to do something.
I went into this movie as a certified Gatorologist.
That's cool because
and I can tell you this movie was
Whip it out
fucking
then.
accurate.
Whip out your
It was
cert.
accurate. It was accurate to what
I don't think there was
Gators.
a Gatorologist on set from watching how these. Like, I'm not a Gatorologist, but I'm pretty sure.
I could tell you there was one there.
Fucking safe.
One of my colleagues was there.
Steve Irwin's rolling over in his
I
grave.
know for a fact one of
He's
my-
death rolling in his grave.
And the CGI was fucking fantastic.
I will say.
CGI was acceptable.
The CGI
Not
was
acceptable.
acceptable.
It
More
was
acceptable
fucking
than
phenomenal.
most movies I've ever seen with CGI, which is shocking. The issue is, and I do agree with you, the whole part of the reason, besides having to review it for this fucking podcast, that I even watched that movie was because you had said, oh, it's great. They got the CGI, it's spot on. They even got the scales, like, running against the pipe. They got
There's
the
a
audio
moment
perfect.
where the Gators going after her like Gators do. And as a Gatorologist, I can confirm.
I don't think it's true.
She hides behind some pipes that do not give the Gator enough room to squeeze through to attack her. So he quickly gives up chasing her. So he turns around, and as he slowly turns around, the tail whips around, and you hear every single scale hit the pipe.
Yep.
That was fucking beautiful.
That was the first 5 minutes,
Like,
and then nothing like that ever happened again.
No, it happened a few times.
Well, after
so.
the scale thing, it's all underwater, so you don't need the sounds. But
It's true.
Can't hear underwater.
well, Eric
They
is saying
can
it's
hear you.
it's a simple, like this could be like a play on a stage. It's very simple. It's very confined. So you're gonna want to dump all your money into that detail of the CGI and the scales and the sounds and stuff like that because it's very. You have for most of the movie you're in one spot and it's all very convenient. Like there's pipes that I don't really know. There, if that's what the pipes would be in the bottom of a house. There's very very convenient and specific things.
No, they would. They literally would be.
Anyways,
I used to be a plumber, and I could
used
tell
to
you
be
that
everything
was
we
fact.
know, but
I'm currently a Gatorologist, but I used to be a
like
plumber.
I used to be a plumber
This
to pay for Gatorology school.
this whole movie is just very convenient. Like the alligators acted certain ways at certain times to push the movie forward. The set was very convenient when it had to be.
You're nitpicking. You're nitpicking
I'm
right
nitpicking because
now.
it's literally
He's
what our
nitpicking
job
positive things to say.
is. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna nitpick, but that's is a very convenient and planned movie to be very middle of the road and for everybody to find something that they like in it.
What would you rate it?
Like 5. I'm not good at rating. Don't
ask it.
Yeah, don't.
First of all, Eric,
I'm so angry right now.
First of all,
For what the movie was meant to be, it nailed it, in my opinion. This
think
is a
that is true.
popcorn movie. This is 100% a popcorn
can you
movie.
shut the fuck up so I can
Sit
agree with
down
you
and
for a
watch.
second? Can you shut the fuck up so I can agree with you? Hey,
Man.
hey, you're right.
Okay.
You're right. I don't want to give this to you, but I'm gonna give it to you again.
Give it to me, baby.
So here's the deal. This movie was exactly what it was trying to be, and it did it very well. It was exactly what I thought, and then even a little bit better than I thought it was going to be, which is why it's got like an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, it's got like an 80-something% of Rotten Tomatoes.
Now, anybody else who sees this movie's trailer and thinks, that's fucking going to be awesome, they're going to be right. This is not my kind of movie at all. I didn't like it because I don't fucking like movies like this. If I'm just reviewing it for the type of movie that it is, I would give it about a 7.5.
Perfect.
If I'm reviewing it how much I enjoyed it, I'll give it a 0. Because I fucking hate these movies. I'm not into fucking natural disaster movies or fucking like regular animal movies. Okay, Anaconda's different. Because Anaconda's like a super big ass fucking anaconda. This is
so they weren't big enough for you? Is that what it is?
Like, I'm not.
No, it's not.
You're a sizist.
I'm fucking sized. Hell yeah.
Like, I want to. I don't know if this is actually
I'm a gator size, baby.
horror movie per se, but it did make good on everything that it needed to be.
Are gators scary? Yes. Horror movie.
Jump scares.
Let's move on.
I'm not scared.
Yeah, you know what? I'll give it to you.
Oh, you're going to be scared. You're going to be scared.
Hey, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. I was scared from the jump scares of the gators.
Yeah, there's a lot of jump scares.
So the whole movie's just jump scares.
But that's what they needed to be.
Honestly,
what is this? The Nun? What are you talking about?
I will give you that. It was all jump scares, but at the same time, in real life, that's what would fucking happen. It would be a jump scare. You'd be dead. Boom, done.
Yeah, I've seen alligators like pop out of fucking rivers and take down gazelles and shit, and it's way quicker than these alligators.
Where the fuck do you live? Where you live?
Did you not see the fucking park outside?
To take out a roo.
I don't understand. We all know how alligators work. Why didn't that dude just take that fucking belt, wrap it around the alligator's mouth, and then ride the alligator out of the house to freedom?
Boom.
Boom. Eric, who directed this film?
Sam Raimi produced it, but I don't know who directed it.
It was directed by
Alexandra.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce his name.
I don't
It's
know how to pronounce it.
Alexander.
That's what I was hoping you knew.
Alexander Aha.
Alexandre Aha.
Yeah, he made High Tension.
He made High Tension. He made
Hills Have Eyes
Hills
remake.
Have Eyes remake.
Then what the fuck is he
The
doing?
Maniac, like
The Maniac.
He did the Maniac remake?
I believe so.
Whoa.
They gave him a job. Fucking dude, give that guy a bonus.
He wrote the Maniac remake.
Yeah, but you
and
would
produced it.
You would give Night of the Living Dead a 0. So
I mean, no, I wouldn't. That's a great movie.
Like High Tension and the Hills Have Eyes remakes, I love. Like those are badass movies.
Fantastic fucking movies.
So when he's just whatever he's gonna throw up there, I'm interested in already. And then like this is out of his wheelhouse. It seems a natural disaster kind of.
And he nailed it
movie.
and solidified that he is a fantastic director.
He's a great
now,
director.
Here's one thing I will fundamentally say that I just didn't like about the movie, but completely unrelated to anything I've just said. So, you know, the whole dynamic of the movie is with the father and the daughter, right? They have a strained relationship, all that. You know, kind of sets it up to where it's like they're going to have this, like, massive, like, come to Jesus talk. They're going to work out their differences and shit like that. And I thought that it was the daughter going to be like, hey, you know, you fucked up my childhood for being like, you got to win, fucking coach dad, fucking... Hell yeah, you gotta do better, you gotta push it. Fuck, Olympics. Then, when it kind of comes down to it, it's almost like, hey, you know what? The dad was right the whole time.
Yeah, baby. Like dads are.
The dad was right the whole time. He pushed you so hard. And you know what? He's the reason you survived, even though half the fucking bullshit in this movie that happened was because the dad was like, no, you need to do it, baby. You gotta go. You gotta do this. Don't talk. Just do it. Just do it. And then they fucking got into another situation. I did not like that.
Well,
I had nothing to do with
you should have known that going into the movie.
No. She just kept pushing. The dad was right. You know? I thought that was fucking lame. No, I know it doesn't matter. And that's so they set something up to not really matter.
Believe in your children. He believed in his.
It wasn't so much as in the dad was right. It was just a plot device that make them have a strained relationship so they can patch it up.
Which I think is just disappointing overall. It basically was trying to go into something deeper like that and then just like cut it off in the middle of the movie.
Well, they squashed it pretty fucking quick because they're about to die. So like that's real.
Gee, set your differences aside. Let's survive.
Yeah, she was a swimmer. She put her fucking skills to survive. He's a fucking contractor. He put his skills to survive. He knew that fucking basement. He knew what to do. He knew the parts of the house to get through. He knew how to do all that shit. So they used what they had and survived. Water in a house. Two people that are, one's a water expert, one's a house expert. And then they got to use that knowledge to outwit the beasts.
All right. I guess looking at it that way, that does make a little more sense. But all right. Still didn't care for it in that respect. But
I like the part of the beginning where like the sister was like, he's not answering. There's probably something wrong. You go get him.
That was fairly realistic.
Well,
I'm not fucking going over there. You go over there.
Well, she lived up
It's
north.
fucking raining.
She lived up north.
It's fucking raining. Not storming. Just it's raining. It's
She was
wet.
out
Go
of
out.
state. She lived up north.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, well, if you really loved him, you'd have went down there.
Just to recap.
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Eric,
Fucking nailed it.
what would you rate it?
I mean, overall as a movie, it's like a 7 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, as far as your enjoyment overall.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll take that. Elliot.
It was the alright movie. I say it's middle of the road. My only harsh opinions on it would be I didn't think that the alligators were consistent. Like everything was just too convenient. But it is.
Yeah.
It succeeds in being the movie that it's supposed to be, and it was a box office success. So like no one's gonna question otherwise.
True.
But I think it's just a generic movie.
Yeah, you gave it 5?
Yeah, it's this generation's Deep Blue Sea, but better.
I would say so.
It's what we deserve.
And just my thoughts on it. If I'm being realistic, for my enjoyment, I'd give it a 4.
Which means it was good.
For what it is. For what it is good.
It's a 4 out of 20.
It's a 4 out of 32. Figure it out.
He's got a weird scale. 4 out of 32.
I should start rating like that.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Change it every time.
28 stars out of 113.
Can you count it? Can you do it? All right. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up here. Like anything announcements y'all want to make?
I decided to deactivate my Facebook account just because I'm tired of the negativity, just like a lot of people say, but
It's really getting to you mentally.
it's just like, fuck, I have enough shit going on in my life. So I created a new page
Okay.
where literally it's only horror movie stuff. And it's just nothing but horror groups. And there's a cool group on there called, or page called Horror Trailer that you should hop on. And it's got all these badass trailers. And it does a lot of indie stuff too. Okay. So I recommend that to my one fan.
Mom. So
Chris from the grocery store. Thanks for listening, Chris.
You're always real.
I like the way you bag my groceries.
We apologize for taking so long. Hopefully
We will not do it
we
again.
have any listeners left.
Let us know if there's anything you want us to do. I think Eric was wanting to do a Trivial Pursuit
Yeah, let's
episode.
do that Trivial Pursuit horror game and just watch us suck at it.
He's gonna buy it like weeks before, and then like go and read all the answers on the cards and memorize them, and then like just squash us.
I kind of thought he already bought it.
No, I haven't bought it yet because I'm poor.
Nobody says anything, so if you comment, we'll probably see it. So, if you want us to say, hey, just if you want us to say some crazy shit on this air, just like
Tell us.
type it in there, and I'll say it.
We'll shout you out. We'll say almost anything you want us to say.
Purple monkey dishwasher, or whatever you want.
I will start doing cam shows. I'm
Oh,
just throwing it out there.
absolutely.
You know what we should
How
do?
else are you gonna get paid, dude?
I don't know.
Shit.
We should do.
Catch me on Cam Soda.
There you go.
We should like announce that we're recording, and then like see if anybody says anything, and then like we can like live shout outs that they'll hear months later when it's actually on there.
Live shout outs
No,
months
my
later.
turnaround for editing is gonna be a lot quicker this time around.
I like this one goes out to Andre415. He said this show sucks. Just heard the first episode. Quit. So
God
we
damn
can do that.
But also, make sure to tell your friends. Your friends who like horror. I know there's a lot of horror podcasts out there, and
We are not one of the good ones.
we are not one of the good ones. But hey,
You might like our personalities.
We've got heart.
Yeah.
we've got heart, but not much else. So if you don't already, all 10 of you, make sure to follow us on.
I like how we're assuming there's 10.
Yeah, I know. There's really only like 2.
So follow us at Instagram at at Cult of Horror TX. And then on Facebook, it's just Cult of Horror. Instagram, you'll probably have the best, to get a hold of us. We'll actually see. Yeah. So join the cult,
Drink the Kool-Aid.
Drink the Kool-Aid. We might not be the best, okay? But, we have a dynamic. So that's like 3 shirts max.
If y'all want shirts, I will get y'all shirts. We can do this. We can make it happen.
I want shirts.
Describe what kind of graphic you want. He'll try his best.
I will design it.
He'll slap a logo on it.
I'll slap a logo on it, call it a day, baby.
And I'll give you some very shady screen printed shirts.
No shit, baby. That's what I do.
They're so shaky. Don't wash them.
Do not wash them.
Do not wash them. Or sweat profusely.
All right.
Or jump in a pool.
Dye will transfer.
The dye will transfer. All right. I guess that's it. Join the cult. Drink the Kool-Aid. Have a great day.
That's it.
Bye.
Drink the Kool-Aid. Bitches. 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 Drink the Kool-Aid. Bitches.